Good morning. Welcome to our fourth Lent interview of this season. And I offer myself, I'm interviewing myself, which should be fun, shouldn't it? Because I have my list of questions here, but hopefully it won't go on too long. I think the first one is how did you discover a Christian faith? Well, for me, I grew up within a church community from a very young age, becoming a member of the choir when I was 5 or 6. It was either the choir or scouts because they both met on the same night. Um, but when I actually discovered a faith, I think is a very interesting question. We had lots of things that happened at church. I didn't go to Sunday school, didn't quite get on with what was going on there. And so I was confirmed when I was 14, but I wonder even then whether I really understood what faith really meant. And I think I probably discovered the breadth of faith, the understanding, the commitment more when I was at university in Lancaster, at St Martin's College, looking more into how there were lots of people there who were exploring and experiencing faith in different ways. So I think that's where I discovered the full Christian faith to begin with. My second question is, have there ever been times of conflict between life and Christian faith? Well, constantly. We live in a world, don't we, where for me, it doesn't have those same values in that we want to promote and understand within our faith. And so there's always a constant battle, really, between the reality of life and the reality of faith and trying to get those two things to merge. From the small things to the large things, if you were in the supermarket and there were two of you going for the last bag of potatoes, do you give it to the other person in humility and understanding and patience, or do you grab it yourself? Well, life would say you grab it yourself. Faith would say you let the other person have it. So I think there's those conflicts that are daily going around, which I try to understand and work through and make decisions about how we best move forward. Have you experienced God in other people? I think we underestimate the way that God communicates with us. And for me, I see God communicating through the words, the actions, the thoughts of other people. And if somebody says something to me, I think very seriously about it, because that could be a word from God. It might just be their opinion, but it might be God speaking through someone else to get through to me. So yes, I do experience God speaking through other people, and put my trust that no matter what I do or wherever I go, that God will find a way to get the message to me that he wants me to hear. I seem to be racing through these. It's quite good, isn't it? Maybe I'm not giving quite as full an answer as other people have in the past. In Sunday worship, what is the most important part and why? I think that's a really hard one. I think when I was growing up, it was always singing, it was always music, it was always the words in songs that meant something to me, especially songs that were based very much upon the words that Jesus spoke, as opposed to our understanding of other parts of the Bible. I think now, as I get older, the most important parts of worship for me is prayer, scripture reading, and preaching. I think both the preaching and the listening. And I was challenged with a question over the past couple of weeks about preaching, and I think that on a Sunday, if I'm preaching a sermon, I'm preaching to myself as well as to others. I'm not just preaching to the crowd. The words have meaning for me in the way that I feel I should live, grow, and react to others. So for me, those are the three important parts: preaching, the Bible being read, and the sharing of it, and prayer. So doesn't mean the other things aren't important too, but those have probably become the most important bits to me. So I'll thank myself for coming and being interviewed by myself, and hope that doesn't sound all too weird to everybody else. Thank you.